Dr. Simmons here. Let me just make some comments about our first week. Pretty rigorous. I'm sorry I had you doing a lot of things. Anyway, you did good. You did really good. I'm very, very pleased. The discussion boards were, as a rule, were very good, and I'm very pleased with that. Most of you were able to figure out the wiki for your introduction, which is a good thing to do. Very, very pleased with that. Most of you entered something on the blog, so thanks for looking into that. The quizzes went really well. Orientation quiz, I think I went in there and graded everybody up to 100 if you took it. Some of you haven't taken it yet, so go in there and take it. I can't upgrade it until you take it. So anyway, I hope you're able to see the TED. Some of you have some issues seeing the TED video. When you open that up, don't click on the very top TED, but click at the very bottom, and that would have taken you to that one. Something happened to my working through Blackboard podcast off YouTube. For some reason, YouTube would not accept the video, the audio portion of it. So I tried a dozen times. I tried everything I could think of, and I could not get it to work. So anyway, it looks like most of you are able to maneuver through Blackboard pretty good. I again apologize for that. Let me just say I've got a couple of comments I want to make. First of all, there is a wiki page that is due when you get back from your Christmas break. The wiki page, if you look on the assignments page, I say a little bit about it. I just want you to go in there and do a little bit of a self-analysis to know, if you can, if you know anything about your family. I'm not looking for deep dark secrets, who was a horse thief or who was in jail or anything like that. This is just sort of a cultural thing, and basically it's designed to help you understand your own culture, where you came from, what influences you, if you know that. Some of you may not know some of those things, so again, this is not a major issue if you don't know those kind of things. But if you don't know some of the historical things in the past, you may just want to mention some things about your family when you were growing up that you can remember. There were influences on you. So this is just to help you get in touch with who you are. And in essence, because I'm making it a wiki page, in essence it's an opportunity for you to share with other students how you are. Again, what this is about is helping you understand how other people are influenced by the social, cultural things in their life. Because the more we can learn about others, the more and ourselves, the more flexible we can be, and the more knowledgeable we will be in helping others as we're counseling with them. Let me just say the blogs are very interesting. Comments on the blogs. Most of you went in there and said, "It's a tough course here." Yeah, well, it is robust, but if you want to learn something, you got to be pushed. And anyway, I'm backing off. Things are going to be backed off a little bit. I've decided that I've pushed up the wiki page from later in the course to about the midterm, so you can have that done. That'll give you more time for the research paper. Now, what I did on the research paper is I went in and took about a third of it off. Originally, it's supposed to be 12 to 15 pages, not counting your title page, your abstract, and your resources page. I went in and lowered that and included that. So basically, you only got to do about a half to 60% of what you originally requested. You will need about half a dozen resources to flesh that out. And I do have a discussion board page where you can write what you want to write your final paper on. It does need to be approved by me. Put that on there, and I will try to help you to narrow down what you need to be writing on and what you need to be doing. Let me say about the blog. Now, the blog is designed to help each other. So on the blog, if you want to go ahead and say, "I'm really making progress," whatever you want to say, but I need for there to be at least 5 journal entries. Let me get my fingers. 5 journal entries from you during the course that include a link or a source that can be helpful. Again, this is part of what I consider the peer learning aspect of what we're doing, where we learn from each other. Peer learning is a very important part of being a counselor, and as we work with other counselors and we learn from them, we'll find out that they can be helpful. So you want to go in there and find at least 5 put my finger right, 5 resources through the term that you think can be helpful. These could be listing a journal article. This could be giving the link to an article that you found. But I want 5 of those. And again, this is to develop a sense of peer learning, to learn from each other. So again, that's something. So as you're reading things and coming across it, if you find something, go into the journal or into the blog and put it on there. If you find all 5 in one day, that's okay with me. But make sure each one has a separate blog entry. And anyway, okay, let's see. The research paper. I'll say some more about the research paper. You should find that under the assignments. I've changed requirements a little bit, and you can see when that's due and where you will go to place that. Let me apologize about quiz 1. I don't know what happened to that thing. What happens is I've recycled the course. So I've taught this course last year, so I recycle the quizzes because they're all based on the book. And for something, I don't know what happened to quiz 1 when it got transferred over, but I can't see what you've done. You can't see what you've done. I can't even see your grades. I have no idea what your grades are. I just have a little check mark on my part showing that you took it or not. So what I've done is I've taken that out of the equation of the grading part. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's the best option I can think of because I can't see what you made. You can't see what your responses were. So I just took that out. So from now on, the quizzes should all work correctly. There will be no more passwords. The idea of giving you the password is to help you log in and learn how to use your Wayland email account. On the library account, some of you have some issues with that. Here's the way the library works. When you log into the library, you can ask for a journal article or something, but eventually it's going to ask you your login and password. Your login is your Wayland ID number, 00023684421 or whatever it is. And then your password will always be in lower letters, the first 3 letters of your first name and the first 3 letters of your last name. It's important to learn how to put some good academic robustness with your work. And online library is absolutely phenomenal. I've had a hand in developing some of the courses or some of the journals and everything that are there for the counseling program. So I'm very pleased with what our library has, and you should be as well. The online library is very academically strong, and it has lots of good materials there. Let me see. Okay, discussion boards. As a rule, the discussion boards are very good. However, from this point on, let me just say, you need to make sure at the bottom of your discussion board, at least your initial entry, that you list the resources you have consulted. Just give a footnote listing the resources you have done, and these need to be done according to APA formatting. I want you to get familiar with APA formatting. Learn how to use that, learn how to put those notes, list your resources the way they should be. And I've given you some resources to help you. The Purdue OWL, OWL, is an online resource. It's probably the best one that's out there. I also have about a 15-minute presentation on research that is there under my under the different web podcast on YouTube. So that's one of those that's there. Anyway, thanks for your hard work this week. I know it's been tough, but hopefully it'll get a lot better as we move along. I do appreciate you putting a picture on the wiki page. If you feel comfortable to put a picture of yourself, that's very nice. If you don't feel comfortable to put a picture of yourself, don't do that. But you do need to load a picture somehow. Now, when you go to load your picture, you put your mouse over the one that says Insert Image. You find the picture that you want to put, and then when it comes up, a little box comes up, and in that box, it will ask you width and height. What I want you to do, just go in there and put a width, and the width should be about 250, and that should be about what you need. Anyway, I think everybody did a pretty good job with that. Some of you are asking, how did I do all these things? What you do is you create a table. There's a little place where you can put your mouse over it in the toolbox, and it'll say create a table, and you can create a table. And if you want just one table, those of you who've had I'd create some tables, it's just one row, 2 columns, where I put your picture on one side, and on the other side I put a little bit of information about you. Anyway, great job. All right. If you have any questions, just send me a message. Okay, thanks. All right.